Hello and welcome to Channel 2S. I'm your host, Second Soundwave, and it's time for some Gunpla news. So by now you've probably seen the new trailer for Gundam Narrative. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. It's up on Gundam Info. And with this trailer, we got a lot of new information. We got to hear what I'm assuming is going to be like the main kind of theme song for the movie. And yes, it is apparently going to be a full-length movie. Sounded really awesome. We also got to see a lot of new mobile suits. Apparently there's going to be a DJ in this movie, recolored from its original Zeta colors in a more kind of realistic color palette. Definitely looks like they're continuing on the theme they had kind of running with Unicorn, where they would take older mobile suits and recolor them in more realistic colors. And going off the kind of kits we got from Unicorn, I think it's actually really likely that we might be getting an HGUC DJ narrative version that we could possibly get a Zeta version of as well. You know, they've done it before with the Dobin Wolf, they did it with the Dryson, maybe we'll see it with the DJ. At the very least, we're probably going to see a P Bandai Re100 DJ recolor, which I'll admit is nowhere near as exciting, but it still might be pretty cool for some people. We did get to see a very brief glimpse in the trailer of a new Capture Claw backpack for the Gundam Narrative. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any kind of official line art for this form of the narrative, but going off some written information that they provided with the trailer, it looks like those parts that shoot off are supposed to kind of jam the Psycho frame on the Phoenix, kind of like those funnels that the Rosen Zulu had that forced the Unicorn back into Unicorn mode. So that should be pretty cool to see, and I definitely like this version of the narrative a lot more than the one that's attached to the mobile armor. Hopefully they make a kit out of this. We got to see the Shazar Core Jestas. Now there are 3 of these, each one of them is a little bit different. The main feature they have kind of tying them together is they have this cool little night vision scope that flips down over their visor. Definitely helps enhance the tactical look of the Jesta. The torso itself has been redesigned. It looks like they've done a little bit to the feet as well, maybe. I can't really tell how much is redesigned on here because a lot of this looks like just the same design kind of drawn by a different artist. So there's 3 different versions of it. One of them's got a Stark Jigen style backpack with Unicorn Gundam full armor mode thruster tanks coming out the back, so like those really big long ones. And then there's another version of the Jesta that has this big kind of RPG rocket launcher looking thing. And then the last one, the Type C, is my personal favorite, which comes with an awesome Thunderbolt big gun style mounted Rizal cannon. So it's like one of those big shoulder cannons that the Rizal Type C has and the Rizal Commander Type has, but it's mounted on a tripod and it looks so cool. They're actually making premium Bandai high grades of all 3 versions of the Jesta, although the 2 and 3 will be bundled together as a single kit. They're both going to be coming out in November for around 2,500 to 3,000 yen. For some reason, the Type A comes with 3 of the Unicorn booster tanks. I'm not really sure what the 3rd one's supposed to be for, but they're definitely retooling the torso, and of course he's got that new Stark Jigen style backpack. It's pretty understandable that they made the Type B and C as a single kit, since really the only difference between them is their weapons. So oh man, what is this even? Like, I said RPG earlier, I think this might be more of kind of like a hand cannon, sort of. Like, it looks like a really short, stumpy beam cannon, and it's kind of throwing me off. I don't really know what that's supposed to be. But I love the mounted gun so much though, it just looks so cool. This definitely isn't one of those P Bandai kits that I'd go out and buy on day one, but it's definitely something I might consider picking up at some point. We also got to very briefly see a new Jigen variant in the trailer. This is the Jigen Type D Escort Team Custom. It's got a new head, it's got a new torso, and that's it. So yeah, this thing just screams P Bandai. We don't have any official kit information for it yet though. We did get to see a little bit more of that delicious, delightful Gustav Karl. Still crossing my fingers, really hoping we get a high grade of this because I've wanted a high grade Gustav Karl for a long time. I was actually introduced to this kit through the box art for the Zeta Plus Unicorn version. And for the longest time I just thought it was a Jesta, but when I found out it was its own mobile suit, I was really interested in it, and I did a lot of research and I fell in love with it. So yeah, Bandai, Gustav Karl high grade please. Finally we have what I'm assuming is going to be the official poster for the movie, and the pose on this is a little weird. A little weird to the point where there's actually a lot of kind of parody fan art of this already. I might throw up 1 or 2 of them on screen right now so you can see what I'm talking about. But yeah, the posing here is, I really don't know what they were going for, kind of like a Star Wars thing maybe? Like someone drawing the New Hope poster, but completely from memory. Definitely not the best looking movie poster I've ever seen. We did get to see some more pictures of the Master Grade Unicorn Gundam Unit 3 Phoenix narrative version as well. I think the last time I talked about this, I determined that it was a premium Bandai kit after I made the video, and I didn't say it actually in the video, so I'm going to say it right here. This is a P Bandai kit, which actually lines up pretty well with what I originally predicted it to be. And it looks really nice. Of course, this is the Master Grade Phoenix, and if you built the original, you've seen any pictures or video of the original, you know this thing has some pretty horrendous nubs. So unfortunately, the kit's not going to look super amazing once it's done. But the new tail pieces do look really nice. They're very flexible, very posable. They look super dynamic. I definitely think they're a lot nicer looking than the ones you get with the high grade. And finally, in completely unrelated news to Gundam narrative, we got a couple new P Bandai master grades from Gundam 0083. Now, the thing with the master grades from 0083 is most of them are really old. Actually, all of them are really old. So when you look at the Zaku 2F2 Kinburied Forces version, you have to understand that what you're looking at is a really old kit. So this model, while it might look okay, is definitely nowhere near as good as a modern master grade. The original Zaku F2 is at least a decade old, and quite honestly, I'm at a loss as to why they made this a master grade, because there is a newer, and in my opinion much better, high-grade Zaku F2 that they could have used as the basis for this model. And seeing as the high-grade Universal Century line already has a nearly complete 0083 lineup, while the master grades only have like a few of the major players, I think these kits would have been much better suited as high grades. So there are two different ways you can build this. You can build the standard version, or you can build the green legs version. And this was literally just one Zaku in the forces that just randomly had green legs for some reason. So I guess that's kind of nice that they included both options. But really, because of just how old this kit is, I can't get excited for it at all. They're actually doing a second Zaku F2 to go with it that is like kind of the commander version. It's called, what's this? Nguyen Bitter's Zaku 2F2. Now, I had no idea that was even this guy's name, but okay. This one is quite possibly the most easily passable premium Bandai kit I've ever seen in my life, because not only is it the same kind of crappy old Zaku Master Grade mold, but it's also almost imperceptibly changed from the original. The shade of green they used is a little lighter, the chest is green instead of gray, and he's got a commander fin. That is quite literally it. I don't think I could come up with a less impressive kit if I tried. But I don't know, maybe you guys could. That's your homework assignment for the day. Write down in the comments below the most mundane, underwhelming P Bandai variant you could possibly think of. I want to see what you guys can come up with. So that's going to do it for today, guys. Just a short episode because I wanted to get caught up on some of the narrative stuff since we got a bunch of cool new information about it. Also wanted to get those 0083 Zakus out of the way sooner rather than later. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a thumbs up. If you're new to Channel 2S, subscribe for more Gunpla news and reviews. And as always, I'm your host, Second Soundwave, and I'll see you next time. Take care, guys.